High testosterone in women. According to a study published on October 11, testosterone is significantly linked to sexuality. If that doesn't knock you out of your chair, normal, this action of the so-called male hormone, it actually isn't specifically. Its levels are simply higher in men than in women in general is quite well known. What is much less, on the other hand, is the way in which this association is not expressed in the same way between the two sexes. It is on this point that the results of this new publication are very innovative for the first time, and according to a solid methodology, they detail how the hormone is involved differently in the sexual behavior of men and women at the level of population. In the former, it is rather correlated with the desire to multiply partners, while in the latter, a relatively high level of testosterone is associated with more masturbation. In women, hormonal influence is subject to social pressure. It paints a complex picture of the phenomenon. This study doesn't just fill the gap in attention to the role of testosterone in women's sex lives, nor to answer the factual gaps on the sexual variation of the association between the hormone and sexuality. It also helps to understand how social and hormonal influences on sexual function and behavior are inseparable. The study is based on measuring the level of testosterone taken in the morning in the saliva of 2,123 women and 1,599 men aged 18 to 74 years. It is based on analyses distributed according to 3 models. The first takes into account the age of the participants. The second revolves around age, season and marital status. The last adds to these variables the BMI and the state of health, assessed subjectively. It shows that men with high testosterone levels are more likely to have had more than one partner at the same time over the past 5 years and recent heterosexual vaginal intercourse. Significantly higher testosterone levels were found in women who had had at least one lesbian relationship and reported both more recent and more frequent solitary sexual activity. For scientists, this strong link between testosterone and masturbation in women, without it manifesting itself through sexual intercourse with other people in general, and men in particular, indicates that the moderating effect of social factors on hormonal influences might be stronger on women's behavior. In other words, sexual expression exposing women more to the risk of social reprobation, it seems logical that they tend to resort to masturbation to satisfy their libido. An activity which, if it still often remains stigmatized, is neither subject to the constraints of social surveillance nor dependent on relations with its fellow human beings. Finally, that scientists observe a higher average level of salivary testosterone in women who have already had at least one lesbian experience reinforces the already widely and variously documented links between testosterone and female homosexuality. An association confirmed in particular by a recent review of the literature concluding provisionally in a higher testosterone level in lesbians and bisexuals compared to heterosexuals.